Security of voters' ballots definitely being embraced as we're seeing reports of ballot box fires in the Pacific Northwest. We just saw Vancouver, Washington, and Portland.
Yeah, and those reports as of this morning happening in those areas. We looked locally here, and election officials here giving us a look into what they're doing to keep your vote safe. NewsWatch 12's Rocky Walker live at Medford Elections Office, where he's watching out for you and your vote.
Rocky, I know you spoke with election officers today. What's being done to keep votes safe, and how are they reacting to the news of these fire incidents?
Well, Tim and Haley, I saw the email that the Jackson County Clerk Chris Walker sent to the Sheriff Nathan Sickler about those fire bombings from this morning. She sent that email to hopefully raise situational awareness as well as to increase patrols around ballot boxes. But at this election, security has been at the forefront of the mind. Here, let me get behind the camera and show you. Every single one of the ballot boxes here in Jackson County, they all have cameras like this one right there, and another right at that pole. Cameras like this are around every single ballot box here in Jackson County to make sure that your vote is safe, make sure your ballot is safe, and it makes its way to the elections office. I had a pretty in-depth conversation with Chris Walker about the security of our election here in Jackson County. Take a look.
Not only do I have to worry about those things on a personal level, but in a professional level. And I have the same angst that you do about all that. I lose sleep many nights over issues such as this. This is our east pole camera looking into the parking lot.
Chris Walker's day started with news of what she calls domestic terrorism. Immediately, she jumps to action, filling in local police and checking the cameras, eyeing every ballot box. She says security has been on the front of mind for local elections, and instances like recent attacks prove why.
As elections officials, we're resilient. We're going to get the job done, but this just adds one more layer to the things that we have to do to conduct elections.
With local police patrolling ballot boxes and county-owned cameras keeping track and recording them, if they are not at the site of the ballot boxes, if any attacks were to happen, they have video coverage 24 hours a day. And other ways of keeping the ballots safe are fire suppressant devices within each ballot box that would snuff out any flames before votes could be damaged. While local law enforcement and the election office are keeping an eye on the ballot boxes, they say the public should also recognize the importance of watching out for the votes.
If you see something, say something. If you see somebody at a box that doesn't feel right or look right to you, please report it to the local law enforcement as well as here to the county clerk's office.
Now, I also reached out to our neighboring county, Josephine County, about their security measures for their election. The county clerk, Rhiannon, told me that while they don't have county-owned cameras, they do have every ballot box is within the view of a camera at those locations, and the county does have access to them. So while they're not county-owned cameras, they still are able to keep an eye on every ballot box this election. Live in Medford, Rocky Walker, NewsWatch 12.
Thank you, Rocky. And with Election Day just 8 days away, the U.S. Postal Service is recommending that if you're voting by mail, get those ballots in as soon as possible. The USPS says that if your ballot is due on Election Day, which is November 5th, it would be a good idea to mail it by tomorrow, October 29th. The USPS is putting in measures like extra deliveries and special pickups to make sure ballot mail gets in as quickly as possible.
Police continue to investigate the scene of a robbery gone wrong. A store manager fired their gun at a man who was allegedly trying to rob Duck and Go in Eugene. That's according to Eugene police. And now we're learning more information about this shooting. Aaron Ariano tells us the store owner is being cooperative with investigations.
That shooting happening right inside Duck and Go, this convenience store located right here on Commons Drive in Eugene. Neighbors tell us that they heard at least one shot ring out just after 5 o'clock on Sunday, followed by some screaming. No! Eugene police say a 21-year-old man tried to rob the store with a gun. That man was then shot by the store's manager. Video shows police arriving on scene with their guns drawn, shouting commands at someone laying on the ground. You could hear that person pleading for help.
I can't move!
Police appear to drag him out onto the sidewalk and handcuffing him before providing medical aid. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A Eugene police spokesperson tells me the store manager is cooperating with the investigation. Caution tape remained around the entrance of the building this morning until the manager came outside and took it down. He declined to speak on camera, but he confirmed that he is okay and the store will be open today. Caleb McLeod lives nearby and went to check his mail just before everything unfolded.
Walked back and waved at the manager like I usually do. He's outside smoking, and maybe within the course of like 15 minutes, my roommate left, and he's like, oh, there's a bunch of police outside. It was crazy just seeing how everything unfolded.
Even our own KEZI 9 News anchor Joey Vaca heard the commotion Sunday evening.
When we're about to call somebody, we hear sirens, so we'd say, okay, well, somebody's already on their way. And then that's when we kind of started to put together maybe somebody's shot. I mean, just keep hearing somebody scream, help, help, I don't want to die. It all came together really fast. Once the cops got on scene, they, put the cuffs on the guy real quick, got him treated, and got out.
Those who visit the store say it's common knowledge the manager carries a gun. As of this morning, no charges have been filed against either party involved in the incident. Caleb says he's glad the manager is not hurt.
Knowing that something like that happened to his store, it's kind of scary. You make sure it's not him, and good to see him, that he's okay and everything's all good.
Reporting in Eugene, Aaron Oriano, KEZI 9 News.
And we are watching out for you as Halloween festivities ramp up. Local police departments stepping up their efforts to ensure everyone stays safe, especially on the roads. Police say visibility is a crucial factor when kids are trick-or-treating.
Police recommend adding reflective tape or glow sticks to costumes, as well as carrying flashlights and staying in well-lit areas. Drivers should also be extra cautious of pedestrians and, as always, never drive impaired. On to some sports coverage tonight. We're remembering late official Cecil Falcons.
Cecil Falcons was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of cancer that took his life earlier this month. NewsWatch 12 Sports' Peyton Manny spoke with Cecil's wife, Julie, about the life and legacy Cecil left.
Peyton, this is such an emotional story, but a great life that needs to be honored and remembered.
Yeah, Haley, Tim, thank you. A very emotional story, to say the least, but it was a true pleasure to speak with Julie about her husband and the impact he had on this community. Cecil devoted his life to being an educator and an official, a career path that was truly meant for him. Julie described Cecil as a man who could do anything, and he would simply be good at everything.
Anything that he did, I mean, there's a saying, jack of all trades, master of none. Mm-hmm. That wasn't Cecil. I mean, he was the jack of all trades, but whatever he did, he tried to perfect, and he did a pretty good job of it.
Spent half his life working as an official and educator. He officiated at the professional level in baseball and officiated at the collegiate level in football, basketball, and baseball as well. He strived for perfection, standing on the foundation of integrity, honesty, and consistency. Coming up tonight on our special edition, I'll have a full story on Cecil and his life told through Julie's perspective, so be sure to join me then. Live in studio, Peyton Manny, NewsWatch 12 Sports.
Peyton, thank you. And today is National First Responders Day, a day to celebrate the men and women who serve our local communities around the clock. To all police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and all other in emergency response, we thank you for your dedication and your service.
Our 34th annual Coats for Kids campaign has officially come to an end. NewsWatch 12 wants to thank all of you at home for donating online and at our Red Barrel drop-off locations.
It's with your generous gift that we can provide winter coats to kids in need this winter season. A special thank you goes out to all of our incredible partners, our drop-off locations, the cleaners, and our distribution partners.